Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Activities for People Living at Home with Dementia. We are proud to offer this series with funding from the Area Agency on Aging and the United Way of Tarrant County. These programs are recorded and are made available for viewing through a YouTube channel for future use. I am your host for today's activity, and today's activity is TV shows Jeopardy! Good morning, Yetta and Hans.
Good morning. Good morning.
Oh, my word.
Welcome, welcome. That's perfect. We're going
TV shows Jeopardy.
TV shows Jeopardy. That's right.
Got
What's a
it.
TV show?
Well, we're going back in time.
Back in time. All right.
This will be great.
It is great. Yes. One day next week.
Only the shadow knows, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's one of my
Only the
favorite
shadow
ones.
knows. Or is it?
Okay. Sorry.
Who was it? Who was it? Who was it? It was here. They used to write.
Kilgore.
Kilgore. Thank you. It was his hands and his nose.
Yes,
Yes. Kilgore was here. I never knew who Kilgore was. Thank you.
I didn't either. I just know the name.
There
I
you
don't even know the name. Oh,
I've never heard of it.
I don't
Not
either,
me
Paulette.
either. I don't know where.
Kilroy, wasn't it?
Kilroy. Kilroy. That's
Kilroy.
it. Thank you so much. I don't know that I could would have found Kilroy if it hadn't been for you all. Absolutely. Well, here we go. We're going to talk about TV shows. If I could get all of this other mess off of my screen, we could see better.
Okay. TV shows, huh?
Where did it go?
Alex,
TV.
what is TV shows?
Oh,
TV shows we know.
Yeah.
Shows we know.
Thank you. Thank you.
Shows we
Okay.
know. DFFW.
Well, let's do teams. Yetta, Hans, and Steve,
Okay.
All right.
team one. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Paulette, Phil, John, and Janine, team two.
Okay, but what are we going to be talking about?
You'll see.
It's-
Dusty,
Wait and see.
Myra, Don, and Nancy for team three. And what this means is that y'all are going to have to talk about these.
But what about Dusty?
Dusty's on team three.
He's with
Ah,
us.
Okay.
Dusty, Myra,
okay.
Don, and Nancy.
Oh, I didn't hear you say his name.
Oh, that's okay. Sometimes I'm not very articulate. Three teams and start. Okay. We're going to talk about our rows today are 50s TV, 60s TV, 70s TV, 80s TV, and 90s TV.
Oh, my word.
I hope you know this, Steve.
Oh, I don't know.
I know a few.
This could be an interesting one today.
It could be. It just could.
We
Okay.
didn't come to the country until the 80s.
Well, while we start with the 80s then, because you might know some of them.
Hey,
Okay, how about that?
Sure, sounds good.
Okay, so what do you want to try?
Well, let's do 80s for 500. We
All right,
always go
80s
for
for
we start
500.
real
Let's
high.
see what we get here.
all righty. Hawaii-based Private Eye Tom Selleck was his TV show Hawaii 5-0 or Magnum
Your
PI.
turn.
Magnum.
Magnum PI.
Yeah,
It's not our turn yet.
know.
Yay.
What was that, Janine?
John's awake. He answered the question. I said, wait, it's not our turn yet.
But we
That's
knew
all right.
it. This one
That's all right.
we
We
knew.
knew it.
You
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
know, yeah. Yetta, you know more than you think you do.
No. Some of these are good for the 50s and 60s, 70s.
I'm not sure I'm going to get 50s and 60s.
Well, we're going to find out, aren't we, team? Team two,
Yep.
Phil and Paulette, John and Janine.
So what are we going to do? Select something?
Category.
Probably 70s for 500.
Is that good with
Works for me.
Okay.
Okay. 70s
Seven.
TV for 500, team 2.
Yeah.
A Cincinnati radio show with Lonnie Anderson. Was it WBAP or WKRP?
WKRP.
Yay!
I second that.
Okay, great.
Yay!
How in the world do you know things
It
like
is.
that?
Because I used to watch
It's
that
a real
TV
one.
show.
So
Oh,
you
but it's a
evidently did
radio
not
show.
watch it.
No, it was a
Well,
TV.
but
It was
it's a radio
TV
show, but it was a TV show.
A
It was
TV show about a radio show.
Yeah.
about a radio show.
That's right.
The camera went into the radio station and filmed them, and Lonnie Anderson was one of their stars.
Mm.
Yeah. Good question, though. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, it is.
Yes. Okay, team 3, Dusty, Myra, Don, and Nancy.
All right.
Oh, let's get you something to pick from.
What do you guys want?
I think we ought to go back to early.
All right, choose it.
The 50s, are you talking about?
Yeah, 50s, 500 then.
50s, 500?
Okay, for team 3, here we go. Buffalo Bob and his wooden sidekick. Was it the
Yay.
Howdy Doody show or
Yeah,
Captain
or Captain
Kangaroo?
Kangaroo.
Howdy doody.
Howdy doody,
What time
yeah.
is it, boys and girls?
The Howdy Doody show.
It's howdy doody time. It's time to start the show.
Da, 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 da,
So
da.
all you kids, let's go.
Yes.
I almost sang the WKRP in Cincinnati song a while ago.
You almost did, huh?
It's WKRP in Cincinnati. I love it. Look at that team. We're all even. We all have 500 points. Let's go a little more.
Super.
Yetta and Hans, team 1.
Oh, we've
All
got
right.
60s and 90s. Which ones do you want to
I
try?
prefer the 90s.
Let's try the 90s then.
90s. I don't know what
90s for
Okay.
500.
90s for
Yes.
500, team
Yeah.
1. Radio DJ, the Crane family, Niles and Daphne. Was it Friends or Frazier?
Frazier.
Yay!
I'll go with it. Yep.
Frazier.
Frazier's the
Yeah.
answer.
Did you know
Oh,
that,
my
Steve?
word.
I just said it before.
Well, it was processing through my brain. I think it was. Yes.
Okay, because, yeah.
Because,
Okay.
go ahead, tell him why. Because,
But why what? Why I picked it?
yeah.
I never watched it, but the Crane family, Crane, that sounded familiar, and I don't remember any of these names on Friends.
Oh,
Yeah. It didn't have the Friends people in it, so that's
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I knew-
basically, it had to be Frazier.
So that was
I knew it
process
because
of
I watched
elimination.
Frasier.
Okay, so there we go.
Yay. Okie doke.
Okay.
Good thinking through it. I like that. Team 2, Janine and John, Paulette and Phil.
We're gonna take the last 500 one.
Yeah, it works for me.
Y'all are
60s TV for 500.
okay.
Yes.
Team 2 for 500. Wally, Theodore, and parents. Was it Family Feud or Father Knows Best?
Either one of
Father
those.
knows best.
I would think Father knows best, yeah.
Yeah, because Family Feud is a game show.
Yeah.
That's right. Father Knows Best.
All right, way to go, team.
More points. I love
We
it.
got the answer.
Y'all are hot to trot today. Okay.
Robert,
This is
Yeah.
a fun one. I
Oh,
like.
good. I'm glad we can do more. Nancy, Don, Myra, and Dusty, team 3.
Nancy, you have a choice?
Nancy, are you with us?
She's
Yes,
not.
I'm with you.
Okay.
I thought she said, Betsy, do you have a choice?
No, I said, Nancy, do you have a choice? What category?
Oh, you want to stick with 50s, Don?
Yeah.
Sure.
Sounds good.
400.
50s for 400, team 3. I like the way y'all work together.
Mhm.
To the moon, Alice
Listen,
is from Strike It Rich or the Honeymooners?
Honeymooners.
The honeymooners, yes.
The
Yeah.
Honeymooners.
that one even I knew.
Um,
What is everybody's favorite from the Honeymooners?
What was his name? Jackie Gleason?
Yeah,
Yeah.
To the moon, Alice.
To the moon, Alice.
Dallas. And he was a bus. Yeah, he was the bus
He was
driver.
a bus
He was
driver,
a bus
yeah.
driver.
Yeah.
And his
Yeah.
pal, I can't remember his name, but he worked in the
Uh,
garbage industry.
What was his name? We'll think of it at 2:00 in the
Ralph
morning.
Cramden.
Ralph
Cramden.
Crandon.
Oh, thank
Wow.
you.
You're right, Phil.
Good save, Phil. Okay,
I know.
is this team one we're after?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, Steve, Yetta, and Hans.
What do you think, folks?
All right. Well, I'm heading towards the 80s or 90s. 80s
Okay.
probably more than.
Let's do the 80s then. 80s for 400.
Okie dokie, team one, 80s for 400. An alien crashes into the home of an Earth family and stays. Is it Alf or Lost in Space?
What do you say, Steve?
Let me move my thing so I can.
Oh, I think it has to be Alf because
think it
he
has to be Alf.
crashes into-
Yeah, I think it
never
has to be
watched it,
Alf.
but it has to be Alf.
What does that stand for?
ALF stands for alien life form. You are correct. It is ALF.
Oh, my word.
He was a
Yeah.
scrunchy little character with a big nose and lots of humor.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he,
That was a
he the
fun
one that
show.
Came to Earth.
And a
Lost his
great
space,
appetite.
Left Earth.
Oh, I forgot about his appetite. Yes. And Don, what did you say?
I said that Alpha was actually came to Earth, lost his space, had left Earth.
Absolutely. I'm glad y'all talked those out. Good for you. I was hoping
Morning, Will
somebody would
Robinson.
catch that. Okay, here we go. Team two, Phil and John, Janine and Paulette.
Uh-oh.
It's y'all's turn. I picked last time.
Oh, it's our turn?
Yeah, to pick the
Let's do
category.
60s TV for 400.
60s TV for 400. Phil?
This
Okay.
is ours, John.
The 3-hour tour transit with tourists. Fantasy Island or Gilligan's Island?
Gilligan's
Gilligan's Island.
And
There
Skipper
we
too.
go.
3
And the
hours.
Answer. Yay.
3-hour tour. And Marianne
With-
and the millionaire and his wife.
Ginger.
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 Yeah, so you had the
Professor
movie
and
star,
Marianne.
Professor
millionaire,
and Marianne.
country girl, the
Here on
professor.
Gilligan's Island.
Yeah. I watched many hours of that.
Yeah.
Oh, I did too. I did
Me
too. I'm
too.
glad y'all are getting with this. I enjoy that.
Mhm.
Okay, team three. What decade? Dusty,
Okay,
Myra, Don, and
who's on our
Nancy.
team?
Yeah,
Dusty, Myra, Don, and Nancy.
you can choose.
Okay. Well, do 70s for 400.
70s for 400, team three.
Okay.
Teenagers with Richie and the Fonz. Happy Days
Days
or
or
Happy
Happy
Trails?
Trails.
Well, I think
Happy
it's
Days.
Happy Days, yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't jump the shark.
1, 2, 3.
Go ahead,
No
sing it.
kidding.
Otherwise, you have to sing "Happy Trails" to you.
That's right. That's right.
That's right.
2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock,
Oh,
rock.
yeah.
That's
5,
right,
6,
Janine.
7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. Yep.
8 o'clock rock.
It's so cool. Oh, did I give you your points, team three?
Yes, you
Yeah.
did.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Team one, Yetta, Hans, and Steve.
I
Well,
guess
do we have a choice, Steve?
I guess we'll go to 90s, right?
Yeah.
We'll
90s
just
for
swallow hard
400.
and do it together, right? And talk
Yeah.
it out.
Oh, my word.
A lady doctor goes west
lady
to
doctor.
practice medicine. Is it Dr. Quinn or Dr.
Dr.
Doolittle?
Quinn or Dr. Doolittle?
Well, it has to be Dr. Quinn because their Dr. Doolittle was all animals.
Yeah, and Dr. Doolittle is a
So it has to be
male, and
Dr.
this is a
Quinn.
lady doctor.
And Dr.
Yeah.
Doolittle was not a TV show. He was a.
No, it's
Yeah.
a movie and a play.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yours.
Quinn.
Dr. Quinn was a great show.
Dr. Quinn.
Yes,
Yeah.
It was a great show, wasn't it?
I thought he
Never
was-
watched it. Yeah.
We learned a lot about femininity and women's power. in that
Mhm.
show.
And Indian culture.
Yeah, we did, yes. Did you know that they're in the Smithsonian because of their use of proper American heritage language that they used in their show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Hmm,
they
really?
use actual Native American, is that the correct word?
Yep.
Native American language in their show, and they got put in the Smithsonian. I thought that was pretty cool. Congratulations.
Yep.
Okay, team 2, Janine and John, Phil and Paulette.
Hey, John, what decade do you want to do for TV shows? Um, 70s or 80s?
Sure.
All right, y'all pick Paulette and Phil between 70s and 80s. Which one
We
do you
need,
want?
you saying we need to select?
Yes, 70s or
Let's
80s.
do
They're
the
asking you
70s.
which one you want. Phil
All
and
right,
Paulette.
70s, Philip's saying. Yeah.
You want 300?
Of course.
300, yeah.
All right. Spooky and all together. Ookie. It's a quote from the Partridge Family or the Addams Family?
The Addams Family.
The Addams Family.
The Addams Family.
You couldn't even read that without singing it.
I know.
I know.
Yeah.
And then what was the hand? Was it called Hand or was it Thing?
It was Thing.
It was
Thing.
saying, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
That's too long ago, my word.
Isn't that wonderful?
And who-
And it takes us back,
Fester.
doesn't it? What was that, Phil?
Yeah.
Phil,
Say,
what?
who was Uncle Fester?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fester.
Oh my goodness, I hadn't even thought about it.
Put light bulbs in his mouth.
Yeah, and they'd light up. Yeah.
Light up the light
I
bulbs.
love that trick.
Oh, my word.
I can't believe it, but I've watched every single TV show that's been the answer in this game so far.
Me
Good
too.
job. Good job so
Well,
far.
next time I'll pick some that are not so well known.
Watch, yeah.
Okay, team
Oh,
three.
don't make it easy for us.
Three.
Team
Nancy,
3. What do you think, Dusty?
Dusty.
Dusty, what do you want to choose?
I like early.
What do you want?
50s.
What do you want, Myra?
Let's go 50s for 300.
Okay.
Okay, team.
Sounds good.
Let's go, team.
All right. The Andersons with Bud, Betty, and Kathy. Was it Life of Riley or Father Knows Best?
Father knows best.
Father knows best.
Knows best. Yep.
Yes, it was.
Oh,
Father
thank you. I did not know
I
that.
did not know that one. Whew.
Didn't know
Father
that one
knows
either.
best. Mhm.
Bud was the teenager, and Betty was the suck up, and Kathy was the little girl that kept getting into trouble.
Yep.
And it was, he went on, the father went on to be doctor something.
Dr. Welburn. Or Welby.
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 Oh, Marcus Welby?
Marcus Welby. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, did I give you your points?
Yep.
Did I? Okay.
Yes.
All righty. Team 1, here we go. Steve, Yetta, and Hans.
All right, folks, what do you want?
Well, let's go to the 80s again.
Okay, let's do the 80s.
Okay, team 1, here we go. 4 women from Atlanta were home decorators. Were they the designing women or the Georgia Peaches?
I've never heard of the Georgia Peaches, so I'd probably say designing women.
Yeah, I haven't never heard of the show, but
Yeah.
I'll go with you with Designing Women.
Well, he's
They're
right.
Yep.
Designing
Yeah.
women, yes, it is.
That was really a pretty good comedy.
It was a good comedy.
Yeah, it was a good show.
And they had a handyman who was funny.
Yep.
Anthony.
And
Anthony.
Yep, Anthony.
Anthony.
If you ever get a
Yeah.
chance, go back and watch some of those on Designing Women. If
He was an ex-con.
Yes, wrongfully incarcerated.
wrongfully incarcerated. Yeah.
Word.
Okie dokie, team 2. The bird is on my list. Janine and John, Phil and Paulette, team 2.
It's y'all's turn to pick.
Oh, our turn?
Phil and Paulette, which decade would you like?
60s for 300.
60s for 300. Team
This is
2.
our turn, John.
Beam Me is from Robinson
Let me
Crusoe.
think about this.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Star Wars. No.
No.
Anybody go for Star Trek?
Star Trek. Yes.
I do believe that's
Yeah.
correct, Team Two.
Was Star
That's
Trek
one
there
right.
really
Thank you,
that
Phil.
old? I thought it was from
Yeah,
the
Star Trek was
70s.
that old.
Yep.
Yeah, the
Originally.
beginnings of it. Yep.
It only,
Yeah, the
it only
beginning
lasted
of
for
it.
3 seasons during when it first started up, but then the movies took off in the 90s.
I
You could have
see.
made that really confusing, Martha, if you said, beam me up Friday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, Team Three, Dusty, Myra, Don, and Nancy.
I
Nancy,
think Nancy.
Nancy, what decade would you like?
What do you want, Myra?
Let's do 90s for 3.
Okay.
Whoops. Hold on.
I didn't know they had 3, but I'll look at it.
Come here, baby. No, the bird's in my way.
There's not 3.
900. Okay.
Oh, there it is.
Colorful caregiver comes to a bland, stuffy English family. Was it the nanny or Mary Poppins?
Now, wait a minute.
The nanny.
The nanny.
I mean,
It was the nanny. Team
A
Three.
word. They got the answer right.
Woo!
Mhm.
Oh, everybody's
Mary
getting
Poppins
these
was only a
answers
movie.
right.
mhm.
And she turned that family right around, didn't she?
Yes,
Yep.
she did.
Yes.
But her
We're upside
voice,
down.
Upside down. That's right, Dusty. But her
That's-
voice, Myra.
yeah, her voice was weird.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh.
Team One.
All right, Steve, you pick this time.
Well, let's do, we're doing very well. So it's either 80s or 90s. What do you think? Let's do 80s. 80s, 200.
80s.
80s for 200.
80s for 200, if I can get
There
the
you go.
word out of my hair. Miami, 4 old ladies are roommates. Silver sneakers or golden girls?
Golden Girls.
Golden Girls.
Yeah.
I hate the show.
Golden girls, yes.
Right answer is Golden Girls.
And what is your favorite part about that?
I don't like it.
Oh,
Really?
I think they're crude.
well,
Yeah.
they kind
Yeah,
of
they
were.
are.
Yeah.
They were original.
One of the main characters was what's her name? Maud.
Oh, yeah. She was
Yeah.
odd. Uh-huh.
I
Mom,
like the little old
And Betty
lady.
White was in it too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Betty White was
Betty
in it too.
White. Uh-huh. And Rue McClanahan.
Yep.
And I never did know the old lady's
Yeah.
name.
I don't either.
Oh,
Did anybody like that show?
No.
Never really
yeah.
watched it.
yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad somebody liked it because it's on reruns.
Yeah.
Okay, team.
Usually 10 o'clock on the Hallmark channel every night.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Well, if you ever wanted to catch up, now's your chance. Okay, Team Two.
You know,
Yeah.
we really didn't talk about the Star Trek show as much as the others. And, it was done in the 60s, but they had a Black woman and an Asian man.
Yeah.
And they were very, very obviously future oriented.
Mhm.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, and I think part of the reason it quit is because there were too many cultural clashes, I think, if I remember right.
I don't.
Because there are scenes between the Black woman and the white man and
Yep. Yep.
things like that. And it was just too much for the culture.
It was too much
that
for,
really got
for
too
what
much pressure.
the public
Yeah, the public just got,
back then.
Would
Too much.
stand. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was too soon.
yeah.
I think even Whoopi Goldberg had a cameo on
That-
those.
That was a different
was
kind of Star Trek.
Was it?
Right. That was one of the movies.
Yeah.
She had several of the movies. She was in several of the movies.
Yeah.
And she was a main character or a main side character in Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yes.
Right.
I'm
Yes.
so glad you all know this.
All right, it's our turn to pick.
Team Two.
John, do you want 60s or 70s?
60s.
He went back to sleep.
Bill
All
and
right, we'll do
Paulette want
60s.
60s. 200.
60s. Yeah.
Team Two. Sheriff Pals and their son in Factory. Andy Griffith or Andy Williams?
Andy
Okay.
Griffith.
Andy Griffith.
Yes.
Yep.
And who was the little boy?
Opie,
Opie.
Okay.
Opie.
Who did he grow up to be?
Ron Howard,
Football, that's what it is.
Ron Howard.
But-
Yeah,
and
That's right.
producer, director.
exactly.
he's a really good producer too.
Mhm.
He really is.
And Aunt B.
Aunt B.
Aunt B.
And
Yeah.
Don Knotts is,
Don
Yep.
Knotts. Mhm.
With his one bullet.
one bullet.
And
It turned
Floyd,
green
the
because it was
haircutter
in his
guy.
pockets for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he couldn't get his pocket open.
No, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the one time he did, he almost shot himself in the foot.
Yeah.
He did, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, how funny. You guys, I'm just loving this going back in time.
Of course, one of my favorites is when they had I can't remember what the name of it was, the old mountain group that came down and they played all the music. And
Yes,
You know.
yes.
Yeah.
And the one where the guy kidnapped
Yeah. Ernest.
Andy's
T.
girlfriend and all
Ernest
sorts of
T.
things.
Bass was.
Yeah,
the bad guy.
Ernest T. Bass. And, it is, those things were fun.
Who was the guy that kept getting drunk every Friday night and
Well,
having?
that was Otis.
Oh,
Otis.
Yeah, the town drunk.
Because I do remember the episode of where they caught the play on the little old lady that only drove a car, to the church on Sunday.
yes.
Yes.
And they caught it because they were putting sawdust in the transmissions,
Oh,
Yeah.
to try and make them work good. And then Barney bought a car and,
Yeah.
they got that whole thing. It was just kind of,
Yeah.
Oh, it was.
the older ones were better than some of the newer ones.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree. I like the older one, the black and whites
Black
much
and
better.
white ones, yeah.
When they were the sidekick went away for the last couple of series, didn't he?
Which one?
Uh,
Otis.
Barney.
Barney went
Barney.
away for the last.
Oh, yeah, because
Yeah.
they got,
Yeah.
because what's the, they had.
Didn't they rename that one though
they
to
had a
Mayberry?
singer from Indianapolis.
I think they did.
USA, Mayberry USA.
Yeah.
Mayberry US.
Jim
Of course, then-
Neighbors.
Jim Neighbors.
Jim Neighbors went
Neighbors.
away,
Gosh.
because he went to, I remember.
Oh, he got a job in the city.
No, he went to the Marines.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Jim Neighbors.
Jim Neighbors, yes.
Yep.
Yes. And he could sing.
Gomer Pyle, USA.
Homer Pyle.
He could
Yep.
sing. Oh, my
USMC.
God. Y'all are tickling my memories today. I love it. Woo.
But I still want some Aunt B's apple pie.
I do too.
We could maybe make some.
I have no idea where we are, whose turn it is anymore.
Team 3.
It's
Okay,
team 3.
okay. Good job. Thank you. I'd lost
Hey,
track.
Nancy,
Nancy, what would you like to choose?
70s TV.
all right, for 200,
Perfect.
for 200.
Is there 300?
No.
No,
No, there's
No,
only
no 300s left.
We're
It's 200, that's all.
200. Perfect.
all right. 70s TV. Bumbling private eye with a raincoat and a lollipop. Was it Dragnet or Columbo?
Columbo.
Well,
Columbo.
Columbo, yes.
Now tell us what you were going to tell us. Team 3 got points.
Huh?
Well, you
Well,
know-
I don't know. He was he had smoked a cigar and had the old hat, and he always would think he was done questioning, but then he'd turn around and say, something like, "But something,
Yeah.
whatever."
Oh, one more thing.
One more
thing.
One more thing. That's it.
One more thing.
more thing.
He's still on. They're still running it.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he said, I don't quite understand.
And yeah.
Oh, you guys are good. Okay, Team 1, Steve, Yetta, and Hans.
All right. So we go to our favorite categories.
sure.
90s.
90s. Okay, well,
90s?
yeah, let's do
200.
90s.
Yeah, let's do this. Yeah.
Young Folks in Beverly Hills. Was it 90210 or Butterfield 8?
That'd be 90210.
Yeah,
Yes, it was 90210.
I was expecting the Beverly Hillbillies or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the wrong decade.
Wrong decade. Yep.
Yeah, that
And
would
they
have been
weren't
like
young folks.
Young
well,
Folks.
Some
Oh,
of
yeah.
them were, but
That would have been the over shoulder boulder holder.
Now, was that in this category here?
Team 2 is Janine, John, Phil, and Paulette, and they're next.
Yes, we do 50s TV.
Is there a list there?
A list?
You know, like a 80s, 70s, 60s.
It's at the top of the
It's at
screen.
the very top.
On the far right, there is one.
Whose turn is it?
It's team 2. I'm trying to answer her question. On my screen, it has the years up at the top. And there's nothing down the side but the category points.
Huh.
We have
So if
all
it's-
4 decades left. For team 2, where would you like to go?
Nancy must be having a little lag or something.
Yeah.
Um,
We'll
All right.
help her
I
out.
assume we want to do the 50s, Phil and Paulette.
Do we want to do the 50s?
50s for 200.
50s for 200, team 2. Band leader's wife seeks show business. Was it My Little Margie or I Love Lucy?
I love Lucy.
Band leader's wife. Band leader's wife.
My Little Margie, I never heard of.
Ricky
Oh, come on,
Ricardo.
people.
Yeah.
Yes, it was I Love Lucy.
Yay!
You got some explaining to do, Lucy.
I didn't remember that Ricardo was a band leader.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
Oh,
had
yeah.
he had
At
his
the
own nightclub.
Coca Cabana.
Hallelujah.
Wasn't he playing when she revealed that she was pregnant?
Yes.
Yes, yes. That's right. She told him in the middle of a show. She passed him a note, said somebody's having a baby. Oh, that was a good show.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
fun.
That
My
was-
favorite I Love Lucy episode is when they were when Lucy and Ethel were working on the chocolate,
Oh, yeah, that's a
Oh.
classic.
the conveyor belt.
That was funny. Yeah.
And they didn't want to get fired. Did they have a bet with the boys about being able to make a living? Is that what that was?
Yes, I think that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my favorite is when she's stomping on the grapes and gets in a fight with the lady that's helping her.
Yeah, yeah.
I like the
fun-
one where
another
they were in Italy or somewhere, and then Lucy got, or what, Lucy or one of them got put in jail, and nobody could speak the same language. They had to translate through about 5 languages every time to get. That was funny as the dickens.
Oh,
I'd forgotten that. I remember that now.
that
And
was
you can
funny.
tell
as
when-
all get out.
You could tell when Ricky was upset, he'd go, Lucy.
You got some splaining to do.
Got some explaining to do, yeah.
Actually, one of the funniest was actually not part of the program, but it was, I don't know if you remember the movie where they had the trailer.
Yes.
Long,
Oh, yeah, I
long
love that
trailer.
movie.
Yeah.
Turn right here left.
Oh, that was funny. Yeah. But she kept adding rocks to it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
And cases of jelly,
Yeah.
heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, y'all are taking me back.
Turn right here left.
Whew, okay.
I'd
Well,
forgotten that.
team 3. John and Myra, Dusty and Nancy. Nancy, we've got 50s TV, 60s TV, 70s TV, 80s TV, and 90s TV. Which
All for
one would your
100.
group like? Nancy, you still with us?
We'll just take 100 of 50s.
100
All right.
50s. Okie dokie, team 3. Here we go. Say goodnight, Gracie. Is it from Maine or Burns and Allen?
Burns and Allen. Yeah.
Burns and
Allen.
Allen.
Yeah.
Burns and
Yeah,
Allen. Yes.
Say goodnight, Gracie.
Say good
Say
night.
good night, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
I love it.
Now, doesn't that take you back to black and white TV when we were
Oh,
all
yeah.
Oh, my word.
What was his
Yeah.
name?
just children?
George Burns. Yeah, George Burns and Gracie Allen.
That's right. Woo, good choice. Okay, team 1, Steve, Yetta, and Hans coming to the home stretch.
Okay, whatever you want, Steve.
Oh, you choose. I chose
You gotta go ahead and get what you like. You've got choices.
Well, it doesn't matter really. Shall we try the 70s just to go out of our way?
Oh,
Sure, that's great.
Zone.
Yeah,
I like
get us out of
that.
our comfort
Yeah.
zone.
Yeah.
I like
Okay.
that. Yeah, team 1. Korean War Medical Unit with Klinger.
Medical
Was it the
unit.
River Kwai or MASH?
MASH.
Ash.
MASH.
Yeah.
Mobile Army Surgical Hospital.
I had
Army.
my
Surgical
all-time favorite show.
Oh, that's awesome. What was your favorite
Oh,
one?
I just thought it was hilarious.
It-
I like most of the characters.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
The Bridge over River Kwai is really not a very accurate historically,
And it's a movie.
the movie,
Yes.
but we have both my wife and I and the girls have gone to the bridge over River Kwai.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now, it's not the original bridge anymore, obviously, but they do have one there.
Oh my goodness.
It's very, very stirring because they have a museum with all of the prisoner stuff and things like that. It
Oh,
was very,
really?
very tragic.
Wow.
Yes,
Very
it was.
horrific.
And it was a movie, wasn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was very horrific, but they also have the Australians have put a big, huge cemetery there because of the number of the Australians that were killed.
Oh, wow.
There's a big, huge cemetery. Every year they come, even the ones in the country and those from outside the country come and have a ceremony there every year.
Oh.
Really?
So, okay. Sorry,
No.
I got off on a tangent.
No, that's okay. Well, that's what we're here about. It's talking about memories. Memories. Okay. Team 2 coming into the home stretch. Janine and John, Phil and Paulette.
Either 60s or 80s.
Which one do you want?
Phil and Paulette, 60s or 80s? Well, John seems to
Let's
want
do
the
the
80s.
60s.
60s.
Philip
60s.
says 60s.
Philip says 60s. Well, go with the 60s. Okay. The lawyer always gets a confession. Is it Tyler Perry or Perry Mason?
Perry Mason.
Barry Mason, yes.
Yes, it's Perry Mason.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Team 2 gets points.
Yay.
Hey, does everybody
Yay.
remember?
What?
I used to stay up at night trying to watch Perry Mason, and I'd fall asleep just before somebody confessed, and I
Yeah.
never knew who it was.
I kind of remember Perry Mason. I guess I watched him in reruns.
Yes, I did too. And I never knew because they didn't have, if you had a rerun, it didn't come back for another year.
Yeah.
So I'd fall asleep in the last 5 minutes thinking I could stay awake, but no,
Ooh.
that's right. Okie dokie, team 3. Team 3, Nancy, Don, Myra, and Dusty.
What do you think, Dusty?
Here, try this one.
80s.
It's our turn.
We're gonna
80s.
do it. How about the 80s for
880?
100?
80s for
Yeah.
100, team 3. The bar. Everybody knows your name.
Everybody knows your name.
Was it
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What is it?
I've been to the real restaurant that Cheers was based out of. That they had. I was pictured a real restaurant in Boston.
Oh my
I went
goodness.
there one time when I was in Boston.
Was it kind of downstairs like what they showed on the show?
Yes.
It was.
Isn't that something? And Jack and
Everybody
Diane-
knows your name. I remember that.
Yes, and Jack and Diane
Yep.
and who
I
was
like Coach.
Coach.
Coach,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. He always sat at the end of the bar, didn't he?
Norm.
Norm.
That was Norm.
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 Thank
Norm was
you.
a mailman, wasn't he?
Yes.
No.
No.
He,
No.
he
No.
was.
Oh.
I don't know what he was.
There was
He
a
was-
He
he
was
was a bar-
an accountant.
The
He was an
accountant.
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 Count.
Yeah.
He was an accountant.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness. That spawned a whole lot of TV, didn't it?
I can't remember the mailman's name. He was funny too, though.
He was. Yes.
He was a bigger guy, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's Norm. Yeah.
And now I see him. Okay.
And
Okay.
Norm was always there. I don't think there was a show where he wasn't sitting at the end of the bar.
Well, there's a couple times when they come in and they say Norm, but everybody knew his name.
They sure did. Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Okay, team one, here we are at the very end. What would you like?
Well, I
Constant,
guess,
constant, and yet I'm going to make a proposal. If you think we've already won the game, okay?
okay,
Why don't we just let team 3 do the last one, and then we'll all have a fairly equal chance? How about
sure.
that? Is that all right with team
Thank
2?
you.
We'll take
All right,
it.
team
We'll
2?
take
We'll
it.
take the pity try. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
I
that's
just let
fine.
them go ahead and
Okay, team 3, what would you like to do?
How about 90s for 100?
I think a 90s for 100 is a good choice. The prehistoric family with a teenager and a baby. Was it Jurassic Park or Dinosaurs?
Right. This is tricky.
It is
Jurassic
tricky.
Park was only
I
movies,
don't know this.
so I think it's Dinosaurs.
It is Dinosaurs.
Good.
Give team 3 some points.
Woohoo!
Thank you,
I'm glad we
Steve.
gave
Steve.
it away.
you're welcome. I just think, say, hey, we won. We didn't need to
I
go
wouldn't
any
have known
further.
that one.
let everybody else get a chance. And
Yeah.
That's right.
the only team that had a chance to come up with any was the last one. And,
Well, I don't think anybody missed any on this one.
now we could have
No.
tied it. The other team could have tied it. I'm sorry. I
Every-
just threw it out
No,
there, but
that's a great
Yeah.
way to do it. Yes.
That's
They ha-
okay. Nobody missed anything. So
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
when that happens,
Yes.
it's always going to be team 1 that wins.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
exactly right.
yeah.
Team 3 was doomed from the
well,
beginning.
next time we'll have to
Yeah,
do
there's a
4 teams.
built-in inequity to the game when you start out with the questions where, for instance, team 1 gets to answer more of the higher valued
That's
questions.
right.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I'm not complaining because
No.
the part of it is somebody misses sometimes.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I think the last time I was in there, I was on team 3. So we, got the less choices,
Yeah.
in there. So I just want to let team 3 have a chance.
thank
And
you.
we were on the losing team the last 2 times.
Yeah, we were.
Yetta, you
It feels good.
Yetta and Hans kicked butt today.
Well, and Steve.
And Steve, that's right. Y'all are all good players.
We just knew a lot of 80s and 90s programs.
That's right.
That's right.
Do you want me to do this again with different programming?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
It was
sure.
fun.
Enjoyed it. Yeah.
This
It
one.
does kind of take.
Yeah,
us
do
back,
it
doesn't
again, Martha.
Okay, all right. Well, before Don gets a chance to say, what are we doing tomorrow?
Ah,
Let me share the screen. I tell you, if it weren't for Don, I couldn't get this program off the ground.
thank you. You do
Could
fine.
not do it. Okay, today is Jeopardy TV shows. Tomorrow is Sentimental Journey with the Texas Wind.
Yeah, I remember. This is a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
yes.
These are the saxophone and the piano player, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Does anybody-
take a sentimental journey
Yeah.
down the road.
Take a
La, la, la,
journey.
la.
Saxophone player always has a hat on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But they're good.
Hans
Very
would like
good.
you to do
They're
some
very good.
whistling with
Yeah.
Sentimental Journey.
And they take requests too. That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hans, we need to do some whistling with Sentimental Journey.
You don't want me to whistle.
Hans is a good.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye, Nancy.
Bye,
Bye,
Nancy.
Nancy.
Bye,
Come on,
thank
honey.
you. It's good. It's good.
So
Hans is a good
long,
one.
farewell. Da, 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 da.